The president's remarks were stunning, suggesting for the first time he's open to prosecuting Bush administration officials for sanctioning harsh interrogations of terror suspects.
I would say that that is going to be more of a decision for the Attorney General within the parameters of various laws, and I don't want to prejudge that.
The White House later denied the president had reversed policy, but numerous Obama administration officials, including the president himself, have said they're not looking to put the Bush team on trial.
President-elect Obama has said it well. We don't want to criminalize policy differences that might exist between the outgoing administration and the administration that is about to take over.
Republicans pounced on what they saw as a flip-flop.
What is the policy or the position of the administration? Because now it seems to be somewhat confusing.
The president's remarks came just days after his administration made public so-called torture memos, which revealed 3 top al-Qaeda operatives had been waterboarded more than 260 times. Attorney General Holder pledged no CIA interrogator will be prosecuted. But now those who wrote the memos may be at risk. Still, CBS News legal analyst Andrew Cohen says prosecutions are unlikely.
I just don't see that as a viable option. Remember, the president, even as he's not ruling it out, is urging people to reflect but not have any retribution. Retribution is criminal prosecution.
The legal opinions of Bush Justice Department lawyers Jay Bybee, John Yoo, and Stephen Bradbury were drafted to support the policies of more senior officials. Attorneys General John Ashcroft and Alberto Gonzales, CIA Director George Tenet, Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld, and ultimately President Bush and Vice President Cheney. For his part, Cheney is unapologetic for pushing the interrogations that some have labeled torture.
They didn't put out the memos that show the success of the effort. And there are reports that show specifically what we gained as a result of this activity.
The president today also signaled he could support a congressional investigation into the Bush terror policies as long as that's nonpartisan. But Democrats are pushing a so-called Truth Commission, and Republicans want no part of that. Katie?
Bob, we're in Washington. Thank you. Jeff Greenfield is our senior political correspondent. Jeff, even the slightest hint about criminal proceedings triggered a very strong reaction, didn't it?
Yeah, and I think the reason is that it's so unusual to even think about one administration prosecuting a past administration for what Eric Holder called a policy difference. I mean, bribery, sure. Even Watergate was flat-out obstruction of justice. But by the way, even when it's been done, it's usually, by coincidence, the same political party, like the Ford administration and the Nixon people. So for different political parties to have one prosecuting the other, I don't think we've ever seen this, and that's why even the hint of it got people so, I don't know, exercised.
And how much pressure do you think the Obama administration is getting to hold Bush officials accountable?
Clearly from some of its most liberal supporters there is that, and that's why today, as he has in the past, the president seemed to be hinting at some kind of nonpartisan truth commission or not a real congressional committee, because I think what they're worried about in the White House is a Senate Intelligence Committee investigation, very partisan. The Office of Professional Responsibility is going to apparently come out with some very critical reviews of what the Bush people did. You have the prospect of an impeachment because one of these lawyers is now a federal judge. I got to believe this is the last kind of partisan wrangle that the Obama administration wants, but there is this demand on the part of some of his people to say, hey, these guys did bad things, let's hold them to account.
All right. Jeff Greenfield. Jeff, thanks very much.